Miami, 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 Miami. It feels like Miami.
Welcome to the Heat League Podcast. I'm your host, Giancarlo Navas, and with me today, full house up in here. We have producer and co-founder Brian Goins.
What's with the shades?
Listen, I've been crying all day. I've been crying all day, and I'd rather not show the audience my puffy eyes.
Crime in the club right
Nice
now.
Gucci shades, by the way. I might add.
Thank you. Brian was with me when I bought them. Shout out to you. We got Saucy Takes. Coach Lou, what up, my dog?
It's a great day to be a Heat fan.
It's great. Great is a little subjective. We'll get into that in a second.
No, I'm kidding. It's a good day. It's a good day.
Yeah, it's an okay day. We got the intern Pablo.
What's up, guys? It's been a great day for me.
Like I said, we're throwing around this G word a lot. It's great, you know.
Gianni?
Great, yeah. We have our 2K coach, Franky G, co-founder of StreamBeat.
Shout out Terry Rozier. Heat fan made it to the team. We out here doing it for us. Let's go, Scary Terry.
I guess. And last but certainly not least, the reality check master, Tiffany Meeks, my friend. How are you?
I'm good, G. How are you?
You know,
Tiff, why'd you get to ask?
You know, kind of the name of one of my favorite shows. It's been a mixed bag. It's been a mixed bag. And listen, we're gonna get into it today. Chat is popping. People on Twitter are raving, reviewing, celebrating. I literally heard fireworks around this time when the trade happened. Everyone in South Florida is happy except for the buffets. This is the only people that are put out a little bit. But it's been a weird day, guys. So Lowry gets traded this morning. He gets traded for basically him and a protected pick for Terry Rozier, although I believe that pick has no protections, Brian, the following year, and it's likely not to be conveyed its first year. Do I have that correct?
So it's a conditional first-round pick in 2027. Right, reason it's conditional is because there's still that holdover with the 2025 pick that's still protected and owed to OKC, and that if it's not conveyed in 2025 becomes unprotected in 2026. There's a neat little rule in the CBA called the Stepien rule, which basically means you can't trade a first-round pick in back-to-back seasons. So basically, Miami's way of circumventing that was saying, hey, we'll trade you the 2027 pick in the condition that the 2025 pick did get conveyed to OKC. In that case, if that happens, 2027 is still lottery protected through so basically 1 through 14. If Miami falls within that range in a draft, they get to keep their pick. And then what happens is the following year, 2028, that becomes unprotected and is sent to Charlotte no matter where Miami slots in that first round. So what happens if OKC doesn't end up getting that 2025 pick, then 2026 basically gets unprotected, sent to OKC. Automatically 2027 doesn't happen anymore. It's 2028 and it's a given. They're getting the pick in 2028. So,
okay.
There's like two scenarios in there.
A lot of pick permutations happening.
It's too much boy math.
Chad said they hate draft math. Tiff hates boy math. We all don't like it. So Lowry gets moved for a guy that's going to give them some pop scoring wise. It's going to give them, I think, ideally a guy that's going to shoot more than 3 times a game, which is, big if true for the Heat. Tiff, I want to start with you. Do you feel like this is going to help their anemic offense enough? Because I think that we all know it's going to help. Is it going to help enough that it's going to change their trajectory significantly?
As of right, I'm gonna go based on what I've been watching. As of right now, no, it's not.
Is there like the people?
Have you not been watching? Have you not been watching what I've been watching? Like,
I have not watched a lot of Scary Terry. I gotta be honest.
No, well, it has nothing to do with Terry. That's my biggest thing.
Our offense is scary.
Right. This depends on Tyler, Bam, and Jimmy, right? Because I honestly think Terry's gonna come in, and
Tiff broke up a little bit. I think we lost her. Well, hopefully we'll get her back. Lou, maybe you could piggyback. Oh, Tiff, you're back. Tiff's back.
Your main three.
You think Terry's going to come in and do what you said?
Oh, I'm back.
That's where he cut off.
I'm sorry. No, I think he's going to be really good, but I think the problem is still the problem. Your main three. Everybody's tweeting at me today. We got 4 20-point scorers. All 20 points are not created equal. Okay.
Only has more than 2 20-point scorers on the same roster.
Does it? We got 3, and we still look like hot garbage. So,
only reason that's like that's because they missed so much time.
Bingo.
Well, that's part of it, but I just think that we got to figure out how to make it work. So ultimately, it'll probably look bad in the beginning, and then maybe it'll flush itself out. But I honestly still think they need to bring one more piece in.
Do you think that piece is another scoring player, a playmaker? What kind of archetype do you think that has to be?
So I'm that young man that plays in Brooklyn.
Miles?
That forward that plays
Dorian.
in Brooklyn?
Oh,
Dorian. I think that's the type of guy they need. That can hit the three, that can defend, that can switch.
Size up, size down.
Size up, size down, and just is hungry. Like that guy plays at a tempo that not a lot of our players play at. Like that's the other.
I think Tiff cut out again.
Wants to get a rebound.
We're mid-season form here. Lou.
I know. I'm sorry, guys.
No, you're good, Tiff. You're good. Hey, listen, this is
all right.
More production than Lowry. It's okay.
Yeah, no, listen. What a tribute to Kyle. Nothing's working. My goat. I'm laughing through this pain, Lou. I'm so sad. I have not felt an emotion that is positive in the last 24 hours.
Why?
I don't. Because I miss my guy, man. I miss
look, man.
That's my goat, bro.
View it like this, man. The Heat weren't happy with your guy being here, so why were you?
Because I like watching him. Because now
let him fly. Let him fly.
Lou,
You were watching him in Toronto. You can watch him in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Probably.
But I can't watch him in
wherever he
Philly,
goes.
and I can't watch him as a New York Knick.
We're not talking about him as a New York Knick.
But if he is, I can't do that, Lou. I cannot. I gotta root against him because I hate the Knicks and the Sixers more than I love anybody. And I don't have that in me.
This is
he
where
has
it
to
ends.
go home.
This is where it ends. That happened with me and Goran. I can't.
That's it.
Goran went to the Bucks.
What's
That's
the
where it
Bills
ended.
offensive coordinator's name? I relate to that guy right now.
Like,
you know?
Gee, what is worse, Dwayne Wade leaving Miami to go to Chicago, or Kyle Lowry leaving Miami to go wherever else he ends up?
No, Dwayne, that was the worst. I mean, he left. That was the worst because that shit was sad. No one was happy.
I'm glad you didn't think about it for a second.
I'm so glad he came to his senses.
I thought he was going to hesitate at least.
I was a little hesitant. We were all collectively sad today. It's like everyone celebrating at your funeral. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like. It feels like I'm like hands, like face in my hands, sobbing, and everyone's like, yeah, blood. And I'm like, I'm crying. I'm nominally at the end of Code Geass as there's people cheering and there are dead people. It's crazy. It's great. It's been a weird day.
What did I miss? My
GB
fucking power
and
went out.
Jon Snow.
I'm so sad.
In loving memory of G Navas 103.
This is horrible. I'm getting cooked on the timeline, guys. I'm getting fucking roasted.
That shit sounds like a personal problem. I'm pretty happy.
The intern's talking spicy.
Right.
Look,
Fucking
get his
intern
ass
got
out of here.
opinions.
Get his ass out of here.
Get his ass out of here. Brass, take him out.
My bad.
It would have been hilarious if the trade happened last night when you were doing your solo pod.
Oh,
Oh my God.
yo, G would have fucking died.
I
would've
Literally
joined
on
this-
air.
I probably agreed to that trade last night. They just didn't announce it to this morning.
They saw that pod and they were like, "Nah, we got to get him out of here."
Riley
Just,
thought it.
just hold it off 12 hours for this.
Yeah,
You know what,
so after
guys?
the gala event, whatever happened.
That's the
last night.
second time Riley's traded a dude after the gala. The
Who's
first
the
time was
first?
Shaq.
Wait, really?
Actually,
Yeah,
I don't
and he
remember
even
that.
said at the gala, "I'm not gonna trade Shaquille O'Neal. Do you think I'm crazy?" Fucking 12 hours later,
Sean Marion, Miami Heat.
you are a Phoenix Sun.
Marcus Banks.
dale,
That's what
fuiste.
I'm talking about.
You are a Phoenix Sun. But guys, no, listen, we'll get more into my feelings on Lowry later because I know that you guys want to wallow in my misery. Chat is loving it, and I'm here. I'm here to eat my. I'm here to take my medicine. I show my face on camera when I have to eat my lumps, and I will. As I said, if he's here past February, I will laugh at you all, and now you guys get to laugh at me.
Bingo.
Frankie, let's talk a little bit about what Terry's going to bring to this team because they desperately need some downhill juice. They desperately need somebody off the pick and roll that could score, that could create. He gets to the line about 5.5 times a game. That is like a fucking miracle for them. That is oxygen to their offense. They are on a ventilator at all times, and they need anybody else who can do that. And it's going to help their defense as well, theoretically, because they'll be able to set it. But Frankie, I think that there's a lot that he's going to be able to bring.
I just want to pass it right back to Lou because we cut him off before we,
we
let
did,
him
yeah.
say anything. So go ahead, Lou.
I'm in mourning. I'm not in a good place right now.
The jokes came first. Sorry, Lou. Go ahead.
Wait, what am I going with, man? What am I going with what it's gonna feel like to have some kind of juice to an offense that is like it's been sucked dry like the fucking end of a Capri Sun? Hey, yo, pause,
yo.
hold up. This offense was like it was a Capri Sun. Like there was no juice left. Like it was the
Kevin
bottom
Love?
of the barrel. He was the motherfucker. Was once him and Jaime got hurt, it was the offense just oh my goodness, it was anemic.
Over.
Yeah, Spover. But no, man, Terry
Spover.
gives us life. He is one of the best pull-up shooters in basketball this season.
Better than Dame right now.
This season, making sure I said that. He can actually get to the rim. Jesus Christ, have we needed an actual 3-level score? An actual guys.
Not 2.5.
Not
Now 2.
2.5, not 2, not 1.5.
Not
Not
one,
super
not two,
efficient
not
inside.
2.5.
Let's
Not
let's-
zero.
You know, Brian, he's not super efficient inside. You know what else happened over there in Charlotte? It was fucking Charlotte. That's what happened in Charlotte.
Purgatory.
You can't be super efficient inside when they're playing Nick Richards 30 minutes a game. No disrespect to you, Nick Richards, but he's not Bam Adebayo. He doesn't have the spacing. Like they don't have the spacing, the screen create, just
I still know who Nick Richards is. He
No, he's a bum.
like,
He's a
is
bum.
he
creative
is he
player.
even like an NBA player? Did someone create him like in 2K? And just
yeah.
That's my
He's
player.
like that guy you
Logan
create in
Charlotte?
2K and you just never play with, just stays a 60 overall. That's Nick
Yeah, that
Richards.
guy.
Brown
So-
shirt, doo-doo pants.
Yeah, just brown shirt going. No, but realistically, man, Rozier adds some juice to what Tiff was saying. I don't think everything is fixed. You can't fix everything just trading Buns away. Like let's keep it honest. It's not this team isn't one player away. It wasn't one player away, but shit, we're closer. That makes me happy.
It's a step.
It's look, man, but shit, we're closer. Like we have something now. Like we have talk about spacing, talk about how desperately this team needs fucking somebody to just actually take the open three. Kyle Lowry wasn't doing that towards the end of his tenure. To be honest, he kind of wasn't doing it. I mean, he did it at the beginning of the season. I'm not gonna discredit him, but like for most of the time he was here, he was kind of hesitant.
I do think the hand injury has contributed to like the legitimate legal. I won't even.
no.
He was pretty bad. I mean, he missed 14 straight threes, right? Like there's no getting
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
it.
That's
He
crazy.
did.
Yeah.
He put him up last game. So,
He
but
said, this is my last game. I'm going out shooting.
Yeah, he said this the one.
my goat, bro, my goat's like this is it. Fuck
You
it.
think if he had like scored 30 points last night that maybe Miami would have
No
kept
way,
him?
dude.
Absolutely
No,
fucking not.
no.
What the fuck are you
Gone too far.
drinking?
We had gone too far at that point.
It was over. It
Did
was
you-
over. I want
There
to
was
say
no
this about
performance
Kyle.
he could have given that
Thank you,
maybe would have
Fast.
hesitated the front office. No,
No,
I'll
what
say-
hesitancy? The front office wasn't hesitant from the moment he went. when he went to the bench, and then that first game after talking about like I deserve to be a starter, I should be starting. I literally tweeted out, he's gone. Like this is for real now. Like it just felt like a disconnect between him and specifically Spo. Maybe the front office. I don't know what happened behind the scenes, but it just felt like you could just feel like his time was up.
Well, I feel like Spo, if I reason says something about Spo being like the last one on his side, really, and that probably was the end of it, like you said.
That was, like it was like he had everybody, and then he had Spo, and then up until that moment, Spo benched him. He's like, "Oh, you don't want to be a team player? Shit, we don't need you on the team, player." Like it was just that simple.
but Lou, what I don't get is like, what do you mean he wasn't a team player, Tiff?
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to bring like more people into the discussion because
for sure.
And I know Tiff might probably feel the same way, and then we'll go to you. Like I always felt that he played hard even after he got benched. He didn't get benched and then like mailed it in. You know what I mean?
Right.
He didn't sulk. He like voiced his dissatisfaction. That's not a word.
I'll take it.
Dissatisfaction.
Dissatisfaction. Thank you, Frank. I've been crying all day. My head hurts. And I always thought he played hard. Like he didn't just go in there and slump his shoulders. He just said fuck it, and he, you know. So I think he deserves a little credit there. You know, not a team player. Maybe a little bit of dissension, but never not about winning. I think.
No, he always played hard, and we just got to be honest. The mind was willing, but the body wasn't.
Right.
And that's that's what it came down to.
Yeah, you don't guard up on big ass defenders, and like if you're not trying, like
exactly
when you give up on a team, the first thing you see slippage is defense. Mm-hmm. It's just not giving a fuck. And Kyle always gave a fuck. His shot didn't always fall. He didn't take open shots because he was pass happy. It wasn't like he was throwing it into the second row or anything. He wasn't James Johnson. He wasn't great. He wasn't the $30 million player, but he always busted his ass. He always came to play hard. Results weren't always pretty on the court, but he did have a positive team effect. I'll always remember the first year with the 1 seed. They do not make the 1 seed without Kyle fucking Lowry. Okay?
Absolutely.
They do not make the 1 seed without Kyle Lowry.
I don't think they beat Milwaukee without him last year. He made a bunch of huge plays in that series that I think, like, and I said this yesterday, Frankie, I think like through 82 games, those kinds of plays don't matter a lot in the grand scheme of a regular season. But when you're playing a 7-game series, a late game steal is sometimes the difference between you winning and losing a series. Because if they lose that game in Milwaukee, I don't think any of us feel great about their chances in game 6. Maybe they win, but certainly that series starts to feel very differently if he doesn't make that play at the end of that game. And he made a bunch of plays in the Knicks series as well. So
100%. But listen, Kyle already got his episode all last night. We love Kyle. Respect to Kyle. It's about Terry now.
Yeah, no, I was just getting him in while I can.
Let's get back to Terry.
Chat says if Pablo goes to jail for Warriors words, G should put yourself in jail right fucking now. My name's on the company, so no.
You said you were already trying to quit the company today.
I said if tweet. Lowry is a Sixer, Ethan Skolnick, well, let's talk business and I'll sell you MHB.
I'm not the sixth reason.
I'll be the
sixth reason.
We're the sixth reason.
We're like the 6 man off, but we don't want to be Kyle Lowry. We don't want to come off the bench.
No, but Terry's gonna bring a lot of energy. He's gonna be very happy to be here. He was tweeting Heat stuff before he was on the team. He was tweeting about he was retweeting the Udonis retirement jersey going up.
And Bin Laden.
Of course, the Bin Laden
man of all
tweets.
trades.
But on the court.
Wait, what's the Bin Laden tweet?
He said
he like Bin Laden 6'8". He should have been hooping, not killing people. He tall as hell.
Oh, okay.
He's a Heat lifer.
I mean, he's right. I
thought there was some different Bin Laden tweets. I'm like, whoa, calm down.
No, but on the court, he brings pull-up shooting. He's 11th in pull-up shooting from threes. The Heat haven't had an on-the-ball pull-up threat since Goran in the bubble, and it's nice to have that again. Lou mentioned the three-point scoring, getting to his spots, getting to the mid-range, very efficient there, is comfortable playing on or off the ball. has experience in Boston, has experience in Charlotte, playing with higher usage guys. You're not going to get. I just want to say it right away. You're not going to get 23 points per game from Terry Rozier. It's not going to happen. What I'm most curious about is, obviously defensively, I think with less of a focus on offense, less of a responsibility, his defense should improve. We've seen him defend at a higher level in Boston. I want to see more of that. But I hope he's taking shots from Tyler and Bam and getting his within the flow of the offense. And it's not taking shots away from the role players that are getting good looks. Anyways, those bullshit mid-range shots were those possessions where they weren't going anywhere but the mid-range to take a contested shot. I'm hoping Terry's taking some of those away, making some easier looks, helping the flow of the offense, helping everybody get theirs in the flow of the offense. But it takes commitment from the top. And that's the biggest reason why we're relying on Kevin Love and Jaime Jaquez to grease the wheels, because the top three guys are all fucking all engine, no oil. There's nothing oily in there. All right, it's fucking messy in this offense. I need Terry just to bring some flow to it. He's like Tiff said, I don't think he's the final piece. I think guys need to. The most important thing right now, guys need to look in the fucking mirror and fix this shit.
Can I add something, Frankie? Because I think you kind of
are
highlighting something that just to piggyback what you're saying. Basically, like I feel like Rozier's fit could be like where you were saying akin to what Goran gave him in the bubble run.
Yes,
and what he did a lot was, especially like in that Boston series and the Milwaukee series, he was able to provide those relief baskets, during the end of possessions. And I feel like Miami hasn't had that really outside of maybe Jaime on the occasion, like here and there. Obviously he's out, but having another guy like that trying to fill the Goran role. Not saying he's going to be bubble Goran, but he can give you some of those instances where Miami needs a basket and they're going on a 3-minute stretch where they're not scoring a single field goal. He can give you a couple baskets to kind of break right in the offense in those stretches where they're just not buying a basket.
100%. He can score in transition. He can play make in transition. He can score and play make in the half. And that's what they've been missing, a combination of all that.
I'm excited to see how Rozier improves our pick and roll offense, as he is extremely good off a pick and roll, and he was doing that with like Nick Richards setting the screen. So imagine a band pick and roll with Rozier. There was a stat Nick Hayes sent earlier, which was he was like 135th out of 135 players qualified for shooting off a pick and roll. But I feel like that's just because he had no one to pass. Like he's not gonna fucking throw a lot to Nick Richards off a pick and roll. But with Bam, I feel like he's gonna look to pass a little bit more instead of looking to score every time.
I think a lot of that's gonna depend on like Miami shooting out of the corners, especially because I think the way teams have defended them is that guy has always come into the paint and they don't do a lot of that. That's why the Heat run a lot of empty corner sets, right? And that's why they do relocation stuff instead of having a guy planted in the corner. So I totally agree with you on that, Pablo.
That's all I had to say.
The other thing that I think is interesting about Rozier coming is the partnership with Tyler, and not in the way that you think, because I think that Tyler's going to be able to play. They're going to be able to stagger those two guys, so they'll always have kind of a bucket getting guard. And Tiff, I see you nodding your head. Tyler's going to be able to play more with Bam alone, and I think that they had some synergy last season. They haven't. I don't think their minutes have aligned too much with the way that things are, because they used to have to split ball handling duties, and I still think they're a ball handler short. But I think that like maybe we can see like, okay, Jimmy and Terry, and then like Tyler and Bam.
How'd that slip in?
I'm gonna be doing that a lot.
Heyo.
Tyler and Bam. And Tiff, I just think that it's gonna be. I think them having a scoring guard on the floor at all times, kind of like to Brian's point about relief buckets, it's gonna be like a godsend to them.
Well, it also is going to be a godsend that you can kind of split up their. Damn it, G. You can like split up their time. Exactly. Because then it's like it's not all the guys fighting at once for the ball. So you split it up, and then you can create these units where Because now you look at who they have. You can create units that can move fast, that can slow it down, that can do all these different things because you do have the luxury of now adding that guard. I definitely don't want to see a lot of. I'm gonna be real. I don't want to see a lot of Tyler Terry. I don't want to see a lot of double T minutes. Like I don't. I'm leery.
Oh, is that
of
what?
Is that what I? What did I say?
Double
T's.
Double T in the morning.
Tiff said no TDs.
No TDs. Because I'm a little leery also of what that looks like defensively. Like I think Terry's defense will pick up a notch, but I also wonder what we do with like the front court now. Like, do we keep it the same, or are we going to do another shift? So I'm just curious about what all that looks like. But honestly, I need to see Bam run the floor. Like, I feel like there's no reason now for Bam to get an extra 4 to 6 points a game, either from dunking or because he had to go to the foul line because he's getting fouled. But I feel like Terry's going to get him out into the open court.
100%.
I
I agree.
I mean, I think running has always made them look better, and I think Kevin Love has really kind of been the guy that helps with that. Who put that up? Brian, was that you?
Yeah.
What do we got here?
Just some videos of him
Just
throwing some lobs.
some B-roll. Yeah,
See, look at this.
That's not
I
Nick
mean-
Richards. That's their good center. By the way.
Hopefully-
That's Williams.
Hopefully, Miami can fix their horrible break off. I mean,
Look, against Miami.
Yes.
Hyman's gonna eat on those cuts.
them on a,
And
and it's
But
gonna be
this-
nice.
that's
because-
Nick Richards. But he
But are you
didn't throw
guys
a lot to Nick
watching?
Richards.
Are you guys watching something? There's intent to pass.
Yeah.
That like this is not uncertainty. This is intent to pass. Look at this.
He's really looking to pass the ball.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not a last resort. It's not
Oh,
like
wait,
Exactly.
wrong show. Sorry.
Wrong shot. Wrong shot.
So to Tiff's point, like so this year he's
Look at that.
averaging a
That one's
30% assist percentage, which is 8 points higher than his career high. Like when LaMelo went down, he took over the point guard roles in a way that he has never really been given the reins to do before. I'm curious to see how much that split is with him and Tyler, because if I'm being very honest, he's playmaking has been better than Tyler's has this year. It's kind of one of the reasons our offense tends to stall out. However, Tyler is a much better catch and shoot player than he has been this year. So, I mean, I don't want to say like you hand this guy the offense and you give him the keys, but you definitely work him in there and try to get to that point, because he's, offensively, it seems like he's been a better passer so far than Tyler has this year. And he provides certain juice in areas, and you let Tyler do, like, one thing we're not going to discredit Tyler from is he can shoot the fuck out the ball.
Yeah.
He is a very good shooter. He's probably the only player on this team when he's open and he catches and shoots, I'm like, that's probably going in. Him and Duncan. Like, and you let that shine a little more. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know if I just don't want it to feel like it's your turn, my turn offensively. But it's yet to see. It's newfound life on the team. And I think he should start. I don't know if we're even gonna get there. I think he should most definitely.
Oh, Rozier?
Yeah,
Who's
for sure.
starting? If
Yeah,
you-
there's no
Listen,
question.
Look,
okay, no.
because I've seen the question tossed around. Do you
There's
start him?
another guy.
Then
that
who else
should-
is starting?
Yeah,
at the,
it should-
at that
it should-
spot.
It should
No,
be
it's-
him, Tyler, Jimmy, Haywood, Bam. Like,
You don't want Jimmy to start? Hyman's been
No.
pretty good.
No. Jimmy,
No, I
Haywood,
know.
Bam.
No,
Oh,
G,
okay.
G was laughing when
Oh.
you said that.
I think he was laughing at Tyler.
Yeah, he
Look,
was.
Look, they're not benching Tyler Hero, guys.
They're
As,
not.
as much as
They
I
should,
would,
but they're not.
yeah, as much as it should probably, it would help. Maybe it would help the offense.
That's not even like a diss to Tyler, bro. It's like
It's not, but I
it
mean,
just makes-
some people take it as one. So I mean, I don't know if
Kyle
they
did.
should or shouldn't, but they should just give him a chance. Let these boys run. Jimmy, talk about like empty corner stuff. With Terry on pick and rolls, we need to space the floor and see if he can actually get downhill. So we need Jimmy Butler to be willing to shoot or cut from this corner, because sometimes I'm not here to point no fingers, but during the regular season, Jimmy Butler just be lazy on offense, off ball. And we need to get a version of this team where we know what the fuck we need next to Jimmy and Bam and Tyler and Terry or whatever it is, the Tyler Terry combo. We need them to try for a little bit, man. We need to see what the fuck it's gonna like, what it's gonna look like to plug whatever we need there. because I don't think the Heat are done in terms of making moves either, and I don't think they should be.
Let's counter that and let's say this: would you be surprised if Terry does get up in the 20s and Jimmy is giving you 17, 8, and 8?
That's
No.
his dream. That's his dream.
No.
But exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I
That's-
don't want people to think all of a sudden now Jimmy's going to explode for 30 points a game now. Like, I'd like to see Jimmy give me 17, 8, and 8, and we just keep winning.
Tiff, that man's like, I could get more days off.
And and to me, that's what I want.
I don't need Jimmy's days off. I just need him when he plays. I need him to try.
I need him to try on defense. And the offense,
I just
whatever.
in general.
I'm
The
gonna
defense has
say-
been like embarrassing for him this
I
season.
will say he's trying.
On defense.
He's trying.
I know.
I agree
What
on,
do you
offense.
think you got?
On defense. On defense, I'm like, I don't even reckon. I hope you're not right. I guess that's what I hope you're not right.
He's giving you what
old.
he could give you.
He is getting old. That ankle
Are
injury
you-
against the Knicks, it has really taken a toll. And he
30
didn't.
years old.
He 100% that shit's fucked up for life from now on. Because you don't come back from an injury like that after just one game off from that game 2, and
John
then he didn't
Curry's
rest
never
during the
to
off
heaven.
season. He didn't rest in
This
the
should
off
be his.
season.
Listen, this should be.
That man
his
wants to play
rest
for the
right now.
Olympics. Did you see that?
His
He's
name
taking
is
it
there.
off.
Did he say he wanted to play that?
I think that you have to opt into that.
No,
Man,
you
you know-
can always opt out of that.
I was
CB and Dwayne got invited too, and they took it off after the season.
I need him to go back to Brazil. I don't need him. No.
I'm sure he wants to go back.
I'm sure the girls want him to go back too.
That country
Hey,
album's
yo.
gonna smack when it comes out.
Featuring Shakira.
My goat. Catch Jimmy at the Ballon d'Or. Yeah, like he on defense, I worry a little bit about he and Terry and Hero starting. I think that starting Highsmith makes sense in this kind of construction. I think that they've been trying to start Jovic. I don't want to be the karate.
Jovic.
Yeah, because karate fucked his name up so many times, and now it's in my head. That they've been starting Jovic, and I just think that they were trying to find something on offense to kind of give him a little bit of boost or zip, especially while Jaime's out. I think that you probably would benefit from a guy who's willing to stand in the corner and shoot, or a guy that's willing to screen an offensive rebound and stuff like that. And I think that you kind of need a little bit of that physicality and toughness. I think eventually Jaime probably ends up the starter with them, although I kind of like him off the bench. They look kind of nice. Like, they're going to have some really interesting bench units. I think that the problem that they have when Jimmy sits at their offense, like their whole team goes to shit when Jimmy sits. I just really don't think that's going to be as much of a problem when they get healthy. I think that obviously like the Caleb Martin element to this, like he's still here and he's a guy that I think is going to have an even more specialized role on the team, which I think is ultimately going to benefit him as well. And I think they need him to get back to that level of ball stopping and defense and stuff. So I think all in all, like they're obviously better today than they were yesterday. There's no question about that. The first round pick, who cares? Like, I think that honestly, it probably helps that they're not going to be in these distracting whale talks for Donovan Mitchell or ex superstar that's not going to come here because nobody wants Miami's picks anyway. Like I'm just sick of that revolving door. So I'm actually glad that they used a pick on a guy that's going to be here for a few years and that's going to help contribute. That's coming out of an area of need. I think go ahead.
Somebody put crypto time travelers. Yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Good. Keep talking while we just
Crypto Time
segue.
Traveler
Over-
says no more Jay Rich handling the ball. I mean, Lou, they're still short a ball handler. Like,
And
Over-
they're still
Good.
missing a
Good.
backup point guard.
they're still
Hey,
missing.
guys,
another guard.
time out. Let's be realistic. Kyle Lowry wasn't handling the ball for us anymore.
He wasn't playing the fourth
yeah,
quarter.
yeah,
he wasn't.
He really
Yeah.
wasn't handling the
No, the
ball
last
over
few
the
games,
last
Kyle's
month.
been off ball like the whole time.
I'm talking about roughly like the last since 2024, since January 1st.
Since the injury.
He hasn't really been handling the ball.
That's
Yeah.
totally fair.
Since
So-
Hero
so-
came back.
So
Since Hero came back.
and now we got Terry doing that. Once we get Jaime back, I see zero reason for Josh Richardson
still
to be
gonna
bringing
play the
that ball
fourth.
up. No.
He's
No.
still gonna play those fourth quarter minutes, bro. It's part of his contract. I'm afraid that's what I think it is. He has to play at least 7 minutes in the fourth. I can guarantee you tomorrow he's playing 12 minutes.
Release him if that's the
Well, we
case.
might not
I
even
heard,
get Terry
right?
tomorrow because we're still waiting for Lowry to report to Charlotte.
I've heard that they're feeling pretty good about Terry playing tomorrow.
Oh,
For sure, you're right.
thank
on.
God.
I heard.
Thank you,
That's
Lowry.
Brian, I was gonna ask you. So Miami creates a $6.5 million trade exception with the deal.
Yes.
No chance they use that, right?
0.
Doubtfully, no, because that 6.5 million trade exception is going to really cost them like an additional 15 on top of that. So it's like $21 million for a player making 6.5. I think what Miami's going to try to do is they're going to probably try to play the buyout market and see what they can maybe get for dumping Drew Smith. We'll see what they can get, but they'll probably try to dump Drew Smith to another team, send some cash. They'll get them under the second apron even more. They're like $4.5 million away from getting under the first apron and getting close enough to maybe go after a guy like Gordon Hayward or Chris Paul if they get bought out. It's going to require them probably dumping somewhere between like 5 to 6 million, depending on how many players that they're going to use to salary dump to get to that number underneath the second apron or first apron. I think the easiest way to get there is if you take Caleb Martin and you send him off to a team that has a trade exception that can absorb his contract, and Miami doesn't have to take back another player in return. That way, then you could theoretically, you could probably get a pick back. I'm assuming that situation, maybe get like a couple seconds in that kind of deal. You get the open extra roster spot, and then you have enough space underneath the first apron to go after any of these buyout guys on the market.
I don't think
It's interesting, but it's really risky because I don't think right now Miami is not a team that I would say is going to be a team like, I don't know, Milwaukee, a team. Well, Milwaukee's not going to be able to get a person like that. Actually, they might be one of the best teams that is under the first apron to be able to
I think
acquire some of these guys.
Philly is
probably the best. Yeah, no, you're probably right. Philly probably is the best. I think the Lakers are also under the first apron. So there's a couple of teams still out there that it could like be competing against. And it's also really risky because like you make this deal, you're dumping Caleb before the trade deadline. You don't even know who's going to be in the buyout market still probably for a few days after the deadline.
I don't
so
think that's worth it.
It's not really worth it, but
Caleb's been like not.
There's other ways to get there. I mean, they could salary dump
mid.
Thomas Bryant. They can salary dump Drew Smith, and then one more like minimum guy like either Orlando Robinson or Josh Richardson for that matter.
Please, Josh Richardson. Oh my God.
And then they can become players once again under the first, because it would be under the first apron. They can try to get somebody out there, but like regardless, that's to me like the least likely thing that's going to happen. Them going after a guy like Hayward, Chris Paul. You're more realistically going afafter a guy like PJ Tucker.
Great.
We need ball
Anyways,
handlers, man.
Love it. Lou, what were you gonna say?
No. I was
Being
I was gonna say I don't know. I just don't think dumping Caleb is, especially for a trade exception to get under the first apron. I don't think that's anywhere near what they should do. If they do want to trade Caleb, that's fine, but not for a fucking trade exception to get on a buyout market. Like y'all can say what you want about Caleb. He's fourth on the team in drives right now. Like, you know, on a team that has basically zero spacing, it's kind of needed. We saw what he did in the playoffs. They're living, if they are gonna trade him, I think it's for an upgrade.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just to create cap space. And I feel like it should be for an upgrade and not just to create cap space. However, I do like the fact that they did get under the second apron. I don't know if that makes them lean towards maybe converting one of the two-way guys or being a player on the buyout market, because they have two empty roster spots technically that they could fill and still be under that
Stop
second
making fun of
apron.
Josh.
No, I'm not. They got 13 players.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. I mean, technically,
right now they have 14. No, right now there are 14 still.
But realistically, what is like what's a?
Oh yeah,
like,
sorry, 14. Drew Smith is hurt. I apologize. Yeah.
What's like a realistic guard that would be on the buyout market? That's not like CP3. I can't think of one. That's like
Patty Mills would be one, probably.
Patty Mills hasn't hit a 3 since the Obama administration.
He hasn't hit a 3 since they just beat us. Like
He hit one from the corner.
But that was like his first one in forever. Remember, everybody's like, "Oh my god!"
So what?
Patty
So
Mills
it
hits
was
his
his first.
3 since Roe v. Wade
I
was
mean,
repealed.
you got dollar store money. Like I don't know
But,
what you
look,
think you're
Patty's
getting.
shooting 47% from 3
this year.
How many
Yes.
attempts?
Don't shut up, intern.
Patty Mills taking 0.2 attempts a game
He's making 0.1 of them.
Listen, you got dollar store
one of
money and
them.
caviar
He's taking
dreams.
21
you gotta
threes
take
this
what you
year.
can get.
Dollar store
on
money
fire.
caviar.
I can't
dream.
believe
That's
Yeah.
a
Tiff
banger,
here
Tiff.
wanting Tiki Torch manager TJ McConnell.
Nah.
TJ McConnell.
TJ McConnell, you wouldn't take TJ?
Oh,
take TJ.
let me stop.
For the
If
free?
I had a choice between TJ and Gordon Hayward, who's
No, but Gordy's not a point guard. I meant
It's just they can't get to Gordon's salary to be able to like they can't get under the.
First of all,
shit, I want
who's
Gordon
trying
too.
You want him?
I mean, over for on the bio market.
I
if
would
he was-
take.
if he
I would
could,
if Insurrection Gordon is available, I may roll the dice. I don't know.
Nah, I'm good.
Nah.
insurrection.
Once 5-0, always 5-0.
He would only
good.
play one game
Insurrection.
before he has to be on the injury list.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Fits
Yeah,
right
they
in.
have-
He will fit right in, man.
Fits right in,
No,
guys.
Exactly.
Fortunately, the Wizards aren't good.
Seamless.
If they played the Wizards
Nah.
in the playoffs, he would go hard.
The Wizards in the playoffs.
I meant-
Two
I meant-
things that won't happen for another
They
Right,
need a
like
guard. I was on the
until
phone.
the next Obama administration.
I was Michelle Obama.
Michelle.
I heard Cody Zeller's still available.
Get the fuck
Please.
out of here. Hey, Pablo, take him out.
What is he on the Pelicans?
Get this
He's
man
on the
out of
Pelicans.
here.
That was
Get
not.
rid of him.
We gonna act right. That wasn't code. That wasn't his fault. He didn't belong in that game.
Cody?
He didn't belong in that
Dog,
game.
he couldn't
didn't
give
belong
Flo
on that
a minute,
team.
bro. Tiff, he couldn't give my man one
He
minute.
belonged there.
Dog, my grandmother died that week, and the worst tragedy I saw was Cody Zeller ruining the finals.
Oh man.
I've been saying it for so long.
Gallo, like I'm looking through some of the names that can get bought out. Like you're looking at like Burks,
Gallo's not
Gallo,
I
Joe
think TJ
Harris.
If
Harris.
McConnell,
I like. I'm not mad at Burks. You talking
Nick
about
Burks.
Allen?
How much is Joe Harris making?
I have no idea. I'm just talking about some of the names.
Joe
that I'm
Harris
seeing.
ain't play. Joe Harris ain't played since the Nixon administration. Like we not
Yeah.
even. That man ain't touched the court all year.
All I remember is that he missed that really crucial 3, Game 7. What was that? I forget who he played. Milwaukee, and that was like the last time I ever seen him play on an NBA floor.
I don't see why Kelly
plays in
Olynyk's name is
Detroit.
on the buyout candidate list. but
He's
Kelly.
in
Oh my
Detroit.
god.
If
bring
he
I don't
does-
want any.
Kelly's not getting bought out. Get out of
I don't
here.
want any Pistons.
That's-
I want
yeah,
anybody
No.
with the stench of Pistons basketball.
have you seen our offense? We have the same stench.
No,
Right,
I don't
right.
want
We
that.
got the
Listen,
same-
we got
no,
our
no,
own
they-
people.
probably stink
Joe Harris
more.
making
You're the worst fourth
19.9
quarter.
million? Get the
Yeah,
fuck
bro,
out of
he
here.
got more money. People, he got the Duncan contract than Duncan, and everyone's. I remember at
said,
the time, everyone's like,
Joe Harris is a better player than Duncan Robinson. Miami has made a huge mistake.
Sounds about right too.
that was hot take, Harry.
Well, he was for one season. Let's be honest. He was for one season.
For a little bit.
That was also the season he was hurt.
Yeah,
We forget that.
this is true.
He got the hand injury.
Who?
No, but
wow.
on the bio market, if guys like TJ McConnell, like DeLon Wright, those guys would be great.
TJ McConnell's not
I
getting
don't-
bought out.
I take
Indiana's
TJ.
doing
I
too
don't
good.
think TJ McConnell's gonna get bought out though, because they're probably gonna make the playoffs and they need
Is
the
he,
depth.
is he playing? He wasn't playing for them for a while.
Here's
Yeah.
here's here's,
Hallie,
here's a list
Hallie's
of
been
guys.
hurt.
I
And
got a
then
list
they
of guys.
realize he's better
He
than
just been playing
Nemhard.
good.
Here's a list of guys. We got DeLon Wright, Thaddeus Young, Danilo Gallinari, Otto Porter, Patty Mills, Devontae Graham, Victor Oladipo,
Woo!
Anyways,
And-
We doing it again?
and maybe
We
Monte
doing it
Morris.
again?
Round 3, baby.
who
We
was the
doing
last guy
it
you said?
again?
He's
Who's
Run it
Tiff, he's
back.
the Michael Beasley.
May-
He's
maybe-
the Michael
maybe-
Beasley of this era.
Maybe Monte Morris.
Monte
Run it
Morris is
back.
not bad though.
Monty Morrison's Rohan's guy.
Got-
Rohan's been begging
If
for
if,
Monty
they,
Morris.
if they're going towards the buyout market, they better bring either a 4 or a point guard. Like
Then
there's
he-
like
Gallinari would be good. I feel like since he can shoot.
I would bring back PJ Tucker, guys.
Tucker.
Honestly, if
Oh,
it's
no,
between
man.
PJ and
Off the
Gallinari,
bench?
I'm
Off
taking
the bench?
PJ. I'm taking PJ. I don't want Gallinari. It's too late. It's too late.
I disagree. I
No,
would not
they-
take PJ Tucker back.
PJ Tucker is 50. I don't know.
I don't know what
I
he
just
would
want to do
provide.
this on air. So that's- I
Like
mean,
like PJ realistically he's going to be doing what
What
Highsmith does
Gallinari
at
gonna
a
give
worse
you?
level. I mean, he can at least provide some spacing.
Pizzazz.
Like if we're
Right.
talking about Jovic been
A
playing
shoe
the 4,
game.
if you think about Jovic playing the 4 the way he's been playing the 4 now, like what they're asking him to do, Gallo can do that better because
You
he's a
know
better
what?
shooter.
All right, but let me just interject with this, and if you think I'm wrong, let me know, and we can whatever. But
We have
how much playing time you think Jovic going to get in the playoffs?
Zero.
Zero.
I
Exactly.
agree. But how much playing
So-
time do you think PJ Tucker should get in the playoffs?
How many
He
titles
can
does
get-
Embiid
he can
have?
get like
Knowing that
5
it's-
minutes.
Listen, if he could give you a 5-minute reprieve,
The Solomon
because
Hill rule.
I bet Spo
Solomon,
would trust
yeah.
him to give you 5 minutes.
Oh, you
bet
know Spo would trust
him.
him. Spo trusted Cody Zeller.
If Bam's in foul trouble, he's the
This is-
backup five.
this is-
Right
Bars
away.
on the floor. You know
like,
what
this
Spo is? It's like I go on a date and I hear about all these horrible guys that this girl goes on a date with, but yeah, I'm not good enough. That's every other big for Spo. The bar's on the floor, yet somehow Orlando can't clear it. You know what I'm saying?
He shouldn't.
You just like, why are you with this creep with no job? Like, what are you doing? And
All
it's
right, Doc
fucking Thomas
Rivers.
Bryant
All right.
and Cody Zeller and Dwayne Dedman, and all of a sudden you're just working hard. You're just Orlando Robinson out here, and you can't even get a fucking look.
But at least he has a passion.
G says Lando's dirty macking. Like, I know you ain't gonna play Thomas Bryant. Look at his plus
I
minus.
know you
bro.
ain't.
I dare you.
know you ain't
dare
gonna.
you.
I dare you play him over me.
They have a lot of needs, and I'm sure we're gonna get into it as the season matures and progresses. But it's exciting that they have a guy in Rozier that is going to contribute to winning today, and he's going to provide. Brian, you keep pulling up Twitter. Why did you pull up a Magic Johnson tweet earlier?
Because Magic Johnson's takes are always the best.
I didn't
takes.
understand that. Like, you in the middle of the show, you fucking come in and you're just like,
I forgot we didn't
hijack
even
best
read
part,
it.
G.
Listen,
Gee,
I
the
only
best
make
part was
appearance
Bryant-
every month. This is
Wait,
what
the
you
best
get.
part is Brian put the tweet up and never talked about it.
no, but I was the one that took it off. I was like, what was the point? And I was like, is that a cap? Full disclosure, I can't see anything in these sunglasses. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And I'm like inching in. I was like, is that a Magic Johnson tweet?
That was
I
the
don't know what
best
this
part.
one
Brian
says.
just put it there, and it
Brian
just
just
sat
wants to
there
talk
for
about-
like 10 minutes.
I'm
I
trying
was
to end
so
the show,
confused.
and Brian pulls up fucking salary cap savings. I don't give a shit. I'm
Wow,
going
That
out.
was funny.
Yossi does a great job.
You know who does a better job? You.
No, actually, I don't agree.
So,
All right.
That was AIDS.
Wait,
All right.
Keep it modest, baby. Keep it modest.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, listen, they have a guy that's gonna help and be exciting, and hopefully, is the game tomorrow at home?
yeah,
Yeah.
I hope.
Against the
yeah.
Grizzlies?
I think
He'll
it's
for
here,
sure
yeah.
play against Boston, I hear. So it's just a question of if he'll play tomorrow. Hopefully, he does play tomorrow. Again, I've been crying all day. I don't know if you can hear the nasal in my voice. You know, it's been a hard day for me, for your boy. I'm gonna miss Kyle. That's my GOAT, bro. I did a whole solo show on him yesterday. You should check that out. But
Oh my
it's
God.
gonna be sad. And guys, be nicer to me on Twitter. Today's been a bad day. Everybody fucking killing me, dog. Everybody's roasting me. I was like, let me live. Let me be
20
sad.
2025 is your year, man, not 2024.
Yo, it's already, bro. This is
over.
just January. I've had so much bad shit happen to me, dog. This has been a fucking doozy. We're only 23 days in.
At least you got a speakeasy friend right now.
He's such a dickhead.
Hey yo.
That's funny to 10 people, but those 10 people, that is so funny. So we'll be live tomorrow. Hopefully, Terry Rozier's debut. We love you guys. I miss you, Kyle Lowry. And never forget, it's Kyle Lowry over everything till the day I die. We're gonna have to scratch that out and put 2025. Hey, look at that picture. Look at me. At least I've lost weight. Come on, give me that. Give me that.
Can you say it again?
Do it.
G was trying to do
Do
what
it,
Kyle
do it,
Lowry
do
was
it,
trying to
do
do.
it.
We'll see y'all tomorrow.
This